Honeybrook Township is 25 square miles and 2/3 in agricultural use. We really need to pay attention to what's going on with our environment. We can use useful information, data that can provide us with the best approach, not just trying some energy source and then causing destruction to the environment and then have to make a massive effort to clean up after the fact. So a clean energy policy would be one that is coupled with past experience, the ability to take on new initiatives. I've always had an interest in solar, although I have not personally engaged in it. I've been a champion for it. When we built our township building, I would say about 15 years ago, that was before I was on the Board of Supervisors, the township was considering solar. Unfortunately, 15, 20 years ago, the cost of solar was prohibitively high. So as a small township, going in that direction, unfortunately, was not within our means. Solar cost has come down considerably. What I did locally was to create a council of government. We have pulled in 12 municipalities working together as the Western Chester County Council of Government. Municipalities are on tight budgets, so energy policy working across the municipalities is attainable because we're going to share cost. They're not looking for new initiatives. Great opportunities, for instance, our township vehicle, but right now we don't have the immediate need to replace that. Most of the vehicles we have in the township, the trucks will, the argument will be that electric vehicles will not have the power to do the job. When we take on the whole idea of the energy policy, it's sometimes overwhelming and they're not sure of what they're committing to. I would like to see Honeybrook Township a part of the activities that's going on with the Westchester area COG. They have goals, sustainable goals for 2035, 2050. I would like to align with their goals. Having adopted it through the Council of Governments, municipalities will jump on board when they see that the surrounding municipalities have adopted this, and it'd probably be in their best interest to follow suit. Oftentimes in meetings, if you're trying to initiate something different, the first thing they're thinking, oh, my taxes are going to go up. And it's like saying one thing and having the person jump all the way in another direction. We have an industry that dominates our energy policy. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. Programs that would come from a federal level or possibly a state level that would encourage them to pursue electric. I would say that if it's not a out-of-pocket concern, I think they could buy in.
I grew up on a farm in a greenhouse business among Mennonites and Amish. Then I bought a house in Maine and came up to fix it up with my wife. And my daughter and I both taught high school here in Maine for a year. In Maine, it's hydraulics, so it's water from streams and so forth. In West Pikeland, it would be the open space. At this time, probably solar farms. And we've even calculated some of them. 1 acre would provide all the energy the township uses. 1 acre solar array. What the usage is for the township. And we also took a survey of what the township residents wanted at election day. And a lot of it was energy, so renewable energy.
We understand that you have proposed a resolution about the clean energy to the Board of Supervisors.
AC proposed it to the Board of Supervisors, and we had a unanimous vote on that. It was 7 people saying yes. And now the supervisors are in the process. We're educating them of what Ready for 100 is. So electric needs are the first in the shorter deadline, and the heat infrastructure of heating and cooling, and fuel for cars and tractors and trucks and salt truck later on. The township manager has been helpful. Presenting to the supervisors, they have not expressed either interest or disinterest.
Do you think the young students in your township care about clean energy?
Yes, I think they care more than their parents do. And I think they have a more of a understanding that it's their generation, whereas by 2050, my generation will be dead. So I had an environmental club at the high school where I taught for 20 years. And I know, they were passionate young people. STEM Academy here in Downingtown area. And I'm sure they're interested in the engineering aspects. Teachers we don't want to proselytize. So we don't push agendas like this. But climate is not Republican or Democrat, but they have to start. And we have to engage the students. Everything else is basically old people trying to be active, like me. And so I've been to other township meetings and heard, you're controlling my future. I don't want to do this. I don't want you to tell the government, tell me what to do. All these things are made up in their head.
Do you think projects to act on this resolution can end up saving the township more than it will spend?
Yes. The prices of solar have come down so much, it's unbelievable. I have a solar system on our house now. It allows me to run my kilns, basically, less rate, and allow me to charge my electric vehicle. And now for a township, we've already done some modeling for it. And it's going to be cost effective because it holds the price at the price that it's now for 25 years. So I see that the township will run on clean, renewable energy. People will be happy about it and proud of the systems. And those who are seeing it happen will start following what's going on and mimic what's going on for other people and not being afraid.
That's a beautiful answer. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to promote this and have it happen with speed and have it happen with as much inclusivity as we can muster, so that we get the most buy-in and the greatest happiness with the choices that we make.
Taught the kids from the island at the high school here. They come over by the ferry boat. It's Isla Hill. They're going to go all solar, and just the old cable that's underneath the ocean is going to be discontinued. And they're making a microgrid solar system. So there are progressive models in America. And we need to look outside of our state, which is fossil fuel history of oil, then coal, now natural gas, has just kept us on this path that we need to break.
Well, I think the benefits of relying on clean energy are many. Of course, one of the most important is environmental. I think so many of us know that we're facing a growing crisis when it comes to climate change, and that's an issue that affects every single one of us. When we are able to move our communities and our state and our country to a clean energy economy, that is going to be a terrific way to boost the economy and to create really good new green jobs. Our Borough Council did unanimously pass a Ready for 100 resolution here in the borough, specifically to go to 100% clean electricity by 2035 and 100% clean energy for transportation and heating by 2050. And we are one of many localities here in this region of the state who have done so. We have hired a company to write a clean energy transition plan for our entire Westchester region. So we are working on a multi-municipal level to achieve these clean energy goals. A lot of the localities' ability to achieve these goals will depend on passage of certain legislative packages at the state level. Energy is really not top of mind. I mean, we all have so much to deal with these days. Many people are looking for work, worried about our children and how they're going to be educated, and the list just goes on and on. Nature is my place where I go to restore myself, and that's where my personal motivation comes from. To see it being destroyed is very difficult for me. On another personal level, I have two children. I have two boys. They're now 22 and 18. So for me and for many other people, it's about our children. We do a lot of energy efficiency work in existing buildings. And we have case studies to show that you can take out an energy efficiency loan, and there are energy efficiency loan programs that have very low interest rates. And through the upgrades, you can save more money on your utility bill than you pay out in your loan payment every month. So it can become an immediate net positive proposition. I mean, what greater opportunity is there for a company? You can do deep energy efficiency work at virtually no cost to the company. I've been really impressed with what the university has done, particularly with this geothermal installation. Greatly reduced their environmental footprint by decommissioning that little power plant that used to be on the campus and go with almost 100% geothermal electricity. So
yeah, no, we've done a lot of great, a lot of people making a small change makes a change.
absolutely. You said it better than I could have. If you have a boiler that heats the water to heat your home and it's on its last legs, that is an opportunity to move toward electrified equipment. That's going to help us in the future when we go to 100% clean energy, because the best way to do that is through the electricity system. We call that electrification. We can begin to electrify our homes. We can, anytime that we have to invest anyway, we might as well do the right thing. And that's true too for big commercial businesses. When they find they need to renovate or they have to replace their HVAC every 20, 25 years or so, that's an opportunity to do these projects that I referred to earlier. In many of these buildings, we have control systems that control the computers, they control the lights, they control the HVAC systems. If these control systems aren't properly programmed and properly set, they can consume more energy than they save. And we can save huge amounts of energy. And it's sometimes virtually cost-free because you're simply making changes to a system that you already have.
I'm a member of the Environment Advisory Council of the Township, of Tredyffrin Township. I'm on the Comprehensive Planning Commission of the Township. And yeah, so I think it's really important that we move to 100% renewable energy. I've been worried about this since the 1990s. I'm that old. And it is not getting better. And I can see, so I got a master's in environmental and sustainability management. In the 1980s, it was always about individual choices, about, you know, you can do this and you can do that. But we need to have systemic changes in order to really make a difference. I have a master's in economics. If carbon would have been priced, we would have not been in this situation. We subsidize carbon. The price per kilowatt hour is too low, even though the real costs are much higher. We just got a Soul Smart status. We just got a bronze status. Our township signed up with the Ready for 100 to write an electric energy transition plan. I think this is a great opportunity to do it now. We voted in the EAC whether we wanted to join or not. We voted in favor. Then a paragraph to the Board of Supervisors, they voted in favor of it. And now we are part of it. So there was in September 2017, not really a relation between the EAC and the Board of Supervisors. Then we had the Ready for 100 resolution that took, like, I think 1.5 years to actually get it approved by the Board of Supervisors. So it just takes time to build relations. Streetlight procurement project. I heard it and I was thinking, this is great. If I cannot sell this to the Board of Supervisors, you know, I will fail in everything. And they approved immediately upon it. It's 2020 now, so we are 3 years down the road, and it takes time so that people know that you're not selling nothing. So we got the charging station installed at the Tredyffrin library. So I made an overview, we got quotes, these are the options, you know, what do you think? And then they voted upon that. Well, I hope that sustainability will be an integral part of decision making. So usually when I buy something, I always think, okay, can I be recycled? Can I give it away? And so that whole way of thinking, that it's just like a normal part of decision making. I'm a member of a Presbyterian church. So it was hunger, education, racism, chair of the social justice committee. And I said, well, you cannot really focus only on these subjects if you don't think about the environment. So you can become an earth care congregation, and then you have to fill in a sheet. You have to do so many actions, 4 categories. So you have to score 24 points in every category, and every year you have to actually become more sustainable. We did a lot of education. What else did we do? We changed our lights to LED. Yeah, we've done an audit. Well, I analyzed all the utility bills. I could see that we paid too much for our energy. So now we have renewable energy. Well, it's with the SREC, like,
Right.
wind energy, and it's cheaper. I think schools and churches can really do that, because most people never look at their energy bills. They see it as a given. There's clear support also from the past to educate them. And so I stole one idea from Eunice, actually. It was about the military.
Called The Burden, that came out a few years ago, and it won some awards. But the main thing that it did was showcase the military's concern about rapid climate change and how that is such a driver of destabilization all over the globe. And also highlighted how much money we spend guarding the flow of oil through the Straits of Hormuz.
Saw other people who would never attend an environmental presentation attending this meeting. I think everybody should just be involved.